Hello, dear professor. I'm xiaolin from Shenzhen. The title of our project is Explore the Interpolation of Image Super Resolution by using Convolutional Neural Network. We choose to write a thesis. Our team members, Rongpeng, Xiaolin, and zheqi. Super resolution is a classic problem in computer vision. The process of obtaining one or more high-resolution images from one or more low-resolution observations has been a very attractive research topic over the last 2 decades. It has found practical applications in different fields, such as satellite and aerial imaging, medical image processing, facial image analysis, text image analysis, and so on. As RCNN is the pioneer of deep learning in SR, our project focused on reproducing and improving it. The neural network structure of SRCNN is simple, which is an end-to-end network with 3 convolution layers, and the network structure is shown in the figure. We want to study this problem to learn interpolation and convolution neural networks through this project. In the whole project, our work consists of the following parts. First, reproduce the SRCN and compare with the traditional interpolation methods, such as bicubic, nearest, bilinear, and so on. Second, add residual network into the original model and change the channel transition and kernel sizes of network layers to improve the final super resolution effects. Third, combine the Lexos interpolation method and the optimize the residual network to get a better performance. Next, we will present our project from 2 parts, methodology by Rongpeng and experiment by zheqi.
Hi, since we are focusing on the super resolution fields, we firstly tried all the traditional methods to finish our work. Here we tried nearest upsampling methods as well as box, bicubic, bilinear, Hamming Lexos by using the testing images. And from the testing images, we know that bicubic and Lexos have a better PSNR than other ways. So we mainly take these 2 ways into consideration. That is, we have prepared 2 series of training data which we call it low-resolution images, but actually, it is the same size of the original one. Our purpose is to recover it, getting a higher PSNR compared with the original images. And also, we prepared 3 copies of training data for each model by different scale metrics. On model training steps, we tried the same way proposed in the SRCNN paper, but also did some changes. Here we add the residual network into it and to estimate that whether the latest method do some help. And since we pre-treat 2 shares of datasets, in order to compare the difference between bicubic and Lexos ways, we use a redesigned model which has a residual module to train the model separately. Our teammates will tell the results later. Here is the SRCNN flow. It has 2 layers. The first layer has 64 nodes and the second has 32 nodes. We trained this model to gather benchmark data and find whether our way is helpful. And here is our SRCNN with residual network model. It has 3 layers. Actually, it is repetitive layers constructed for residual net. It cost fewer time and reached better results from our experiment. And now zheqi will introduce the experiment part and we will show the data we get.
There are lots of ways to perform interpolation as a way to get a high-resolution image. So to begin with, we have tried some ways listed below. By comparing with the results, we found that bicubic and Lexos reach a better performance. Then we begin to explore the interpolation with CNN model. on the selection of dataset because we want to make some improvements based on SLCNN in order to compare the experimental results. Our dataset is the same as SLCNN, 91 images as the train dataset and set 5 as the test dataset, and stored in HDF file format. Before selecting this dataset, we also selected other pictures such as the picture package provided in class, but the files converted through HDF file are very large. Due to our computer GPU limitations and the total processing time, we finally selected 91 images in bitmap form as the input. Then after determining the dataset, we first practiced the SLCNN. In the preprocessing part, the code uses bcubic to do the upsample part and get the low-resolution image. And as we can see the result from the table 1, Nexus has the best performance among these interpolation methods. So we will change the way of this preprocessing part to use Nexus when storing pictures in HDF files, to explore the impact of different interpolation methods on the total networks. The next key process is CNN. In this module, the structure of SLCN is simple, and the whole convolution network includes 3 convolution layers. First, convolutes the low-resolution image to generate n1-dimensional feature maps. Second, the n1-dimensional feature map is convoluted to generate n2-dimensional feature maps. And the third, the n2-dimensional feature maps are convoluted to generate super-resolution images. And from Table 2, the colon SLCN's results are tested by the pre-trained weight files. The colon SLCN hours results are tested by weight files we-trained, and the results have little difference and are obviously better than the effect of direct bicubic interpolation. Then, in order to achieve better results and control the overall computing time, we use the idea of residual network to change the original network layer. In order to avoid the increase of calculation time and overfitting caused by too deep network layers after adding the residual network, we compared the influence of repeated residual network layer depth on calculation time and the final results and decided to set the number of repeated and identity mapping as 3. The new channel transition is changed to from 1 to 32 and then the repeated activation of 32 to 32 channels in the repeated identity mapping layers, and finally changed from 32 channels to 1 channel. At last, as shown in Table 2, the column with residual networks results is tested by weight files trained by the new network using residual network. The PSNR values are really higher than the previous methods. The improvement here should be due to the increase of the number of new network layers. The calculation speed is not reduced due to the identity mapping of the residual network, and ensure that the whole structure coverages in the direction of identity mapping, so as to ensure that the final error rate will not become worse and worse due to the increase of days. And from Table 1, we know that Nexus interpolation method has best performance, so we try to use this method to pre-process the dataset and then train the new input with residual network. The colon Nexus and ResNet results show that this combination has better performance. It proves that better pre-processing input leads to better results. Take the bird picture in set 5 as an example. The bicubic is the picture obtained by using bicubic directly. It is blurred compared with the other 3 pictures. Bicubic output is a picture obtained by using optimized residual network with preprocessed bicubic inputs, and the Nexus output is a picture obtained by using optimized residual networks with preprocessed Nexus inputs. Nexus output has better PSNR, and when we zoom in on these pictures, we can see Nexus really works to some extent. So, by testing different CNN models and pre-processing interpolation methods, we find that using a better interpolation method as pre-processing can make the results of the whole CNN model better. Adding the residual network also makes the network structure deeper and the performance better without greatly affecting the calculation speed.